Big news, everybody, from Big News Morgans here. I'm here to give you the scoop of the century. I here have in my possessions the bounties on the Straw Hat Pirates. Yes, the new bounties after Wano. The Straw Hat Pirates' new bounties from Big News Morgans. Pay no attention to the man behind the notebook. Pay no attention to the man behind the Big News Morgans picture. Pay no attention. Just move on. This is awkward. So you're probably all wanting a bit of an explanation on who the hell am I. Like, you came into this meeting wanting to speak to Big News Morgans to get the scoop of the century to find out what the new bounties of the Straw Hat Pirates were. Yeah, that's probably what you came into this meeting for. And then you get me. Look, you all deserve an explanation. You all deserve the truth. Let me introduce myself. My name is Clif Ford. And I don't have the bounties of the Straw Hat Pirates. I don't. But I do have some predictions. I made predictions before. But this is going to be another prediction. So, yeah. Another prediction. Let's get into it. Alright. So basically what this is basically going to be Straw Hat Pirates bounty, just basically going over bounty ideas for the Straw Hat Pirates after Wano and stuff like that. That's basically all it is. So I'll list off all the Straw Hats, and then when it comes to it, well, actually that's basically it. I'll just list off all the Straw Hats as I go through them, and we'll just see if I ever get lucky. That's basically how it goes. It's like, you just give your predictions, and then I guess you just have to wait and see if you ever get lucky. That's how it always is. Alright, so we'll start with Luffy first. So, Luffy, it always seems like, every time, a lot of people, well, maybe not a lot of people, but Luffy is kind of a mix. It's kind of like half and half in a way. It's like, you see, the thing about it, the thing is that there are people out there who are sort of divided on Luffy's bounty. Like, there are people out there who think Luffy's bounty will not go higher than Kaido's. And then there are some people out there who think Luffy's bounty will go higher than Kaido's. I'm inclined to believe that his bounty will go higher than Kaido's, because Luffy's bounty has always succeeded the person, like, when it comes to a major arc, when he has defeated something that resulted in him getting a higher bounty, Luffy's bounty always went past that person no matter what. The only exception to this rule is Doflamingo. And that's only because, like, Doflamingo's bounty was frozen, and so Luffy had already surpassed Doflamingo's bounty. So by the time Luffy fought Doflamingo, his bounty was 400. Doflamingo's bounty was at 340 million. And so basically a 60 million difference, and Luffy got a 100 million increase after Doflamingo's defeat. That was the only exception. However, any other time when Luffy defeated something, his bounty always went over that person. So we're inclined to believe, logically speaking, that it would make more sense for Luffy's bounty to go over Kaido, not to mention that the way Wano has been set up and how much difference it is, I can definitely see it as, like, yeah, Luffy's bounty has to go over Kaido's bounties like that. Not to mention that Luffy went up against both Big Mom and Kaido. He managed to awaken his Delphi, which we found out is actually the Hito no Mi Maronika, which is basically like a mythical god Delphi with ridiculous powers. And the fact that how the newspapers sort of spins like how Luffy's done these things, you can see it as another spin around saying, like, Luffy led another victorious battle. He managed to trick Law and Kid's subordinates into following his command, and he managed to use the power of Big Mom to help wipe off some of Kaido's forces and stuff like that. So the whole thing's going to be spun around like crazy. So you can see a definite mind that Luffy is going to get a bounty increase like insane. So for Luffy, I have 3 basic bounty ideas. So I have 3 basic ideas for Luffy's bounty. So it's hard to say which one's going to be which, but for Luffy, I'm going to give off 3. So the first one for Luffy I have is a 5 billion berry bounty. 5 billion berry bounty. Now, no real reason why. It's just that, I feel like, because like the reason I'm going with the 5 billion in for this is that imagine like if we because it's not only the Straw Hats are going to get high bounties and stuff like that. There are plenty of other characters that are going to get high bounties as well, not necessarily high, but bounty increases as well, right? The 7 warlords are going to get new bounties, and these Kid and Law are definitely going to get a bounty increase. So it always comes to it. And matter of fact, I wouldn't be surprised if even Blackbeard himself gets a bounty increase. And you see, the 5 billion berry bounty actually comes from a general idea of like, what if, imagine if Luffy got a 5 billion berry increase, but yet we find out that Blackbeard also got a bounty increase, and his bounty is 6 billion in. And when you put 5 and 6 together, it's Gomu, or, well, actually, the name of Luffy's previous known name, Delphiru, and Gomu always seems to be the common name for Luffy that he always prefers to use. So you can see it as sort of like one of these days, yeah, me and you, we're gonna fight. Me and you, fight. So that's basically for that. So the second one I have for Luffy is 5.1 billion, or basically 5,100,000,000. This is basically like Luffy's current bounty right now, with the first 2 numbers switched around. So Luffy's bounty right now, his current bounty right now is 1.5 billion, or basically 1,500,000,000. So it's basically the same. All you're doing is just switching the first 2 numbers around. So you put the 1 after the 5. So that's basically all that is. And for the third one, I have 5.6 billion in berry bounty, or 5,600,000,000 berry bounty. Now, a lot of people think the 5.6 billion berry bounty will actually come towards the end of the series. However, since the way Oda can be tricky, since the way that Oda can be sort of like tricky with the way he does things, and like he might you might think to the audience and think that oh, you guys thought that bounty was at the end of the series. No, that bounty came after he defeated Kaido. So I can see that likely. I can see that as being a likely thing, and something to be legally true. So I'm inclined to believe, and I really could see it possible that Luffy's bounty could be 5.6 billion after he defeated Kaido. So yeah, I can see that as a possibility. Alright, so now moving on to Zoro. Zoro's primary fight, like while he did fight against Kaido and Big Mom for a short amount of time, but he stepped away for a while after he sort of like ran out of energy, and eventually he managed to he managed to get his strength back with the help of some minks and stuff like that, and Chopper and all the by the time he had faced off against King and won his fight against King. Now right now Zoro is in a sort of an unconscious mind, or like he's we don't actually know like what's going on with Zoro. It's a bit of a mystery left up in the air. But for Zoro, I'm going to recommend a bounty of 1,430,000,000. So 1,430,000,000 for Zoro's bounty. Any specific reasons why? No, but that's what I'm going to offer. Alright, so now moving on to Nami. Yes, Nami, the beautiful, sexy, lovely Nami, who also happens to love money. So, yes, that Nami, that same Nami. Alright, so for Nami, I'm going to suggest a 456 million berry bounty. 456 million berry bounty. Now, Nami's primary fight was with Ulti, and like now she didn't really defeat Ulti on her own merits and like a really good one-on-one fight. I mean she did get some shots in and on Ulti and managed to get some like good hits on her, but Nami's strategy to defeat Ulti came with sort of like tactics, with like being smart, or trying to outsmart her, trying to outmaneuver her, trying to lead her into like a sort of trap in a way. So Nami had to like sort of be smart with it. She managed to get lucky to take out Ulti with the help of Zeus when she finally got Zeus back on her side, and Zeus managed to strike a lightning bolt at Ulti, finally defeating her, or allowing victory for Nami and stuff like that. So yeah. So originally I was always thinking like maybe 410 million for Nami, or maybe 420 million in, but for the sake of argument, I'm going to go with 456 million berry bounty for Nami. I mean, some people might say that's a little high, but for the heck of it, I'm going to go not insanely high, but I'm going to go higher than what a lot of people imagine. So now moving on to Usopp. So Usopp didn't really defeat anyone. A lot of times when he's given an opponent to like who Usopp defeated, they always give him page 1, but it was Big Mom who actually defeated page 1. But the funny thing about Usopp is that his lies always seem to come true to an extent, and things can be spun around crazy to make it seem like, oh yeah, he's the one who did it, like he's the victorious one. So overall, I can see another situation happening where Usopp gets you know, acknowledged for something that he did not do. So and because of this, I can likely see that Usopp gets a bounty of 500 million. So basically, he'll get Luffy's same bounty that he got after defeating Doflamingo. So Usopp's bounty will be 500 million berry bounty. So yeah, that's for Usopp. All right, so now moving on to Sanji. So Sanji's only real primary fight I was with Queen. He did have to sort of like defend himself against Black Maria for a while. But he never fought against Black Maria because we all know how Sanji is. Like he doesn't want to fight against women. And so Sanji's primary fight was with Queen. He never actually fought against Big Mom or even Kaido. Oh, not to mention he probably wouldn't really do so much good because if Big Mom was out there, he wouldn't fight against her at all. Like he wouldn't fight against Big Mom. Now he'll defend himself against an attack. So like if Big Mom was like sort of attack kind of way, he'll try and defend himself or try to like dodge the attack, but he won't necessarily go into an attack and attack Big Mom insanely directly. So he would never do that. But for Sanji, I'm going to recommend 1,330,000,000. So basically, Sanji's current value right now is 330 million. I'm just going to add a billion to it to make it 1,330,000,000. So 1,330,000,000 for Sanji. Now, moving on to Chopper. Now for Chopper, I have two bounty prediction ideas. So one is if we're still going to continue on with the joke bounty. So if we're still going to continue on with the joke bounty, then my idea for this is basically $5.50. So Luffy's Chopper's bounty has always been sort of a joke in a way to basically be like the first one was like 50 cents, and then the second one added on another 50 cents to make it $1. And I do feel like the Strats are going to get like a bounty increase like higher than they got before. But in case if it's still gonna be considered as a joke, I'll give it $5.50. Now we do know that let's see, what's his name? Beppo. Beppo of Law's crew and stuff like that. The the polar bear ink or panda ink, whatever. No, polar bear. Yeah, he's polar bear. The polar bear ink has a bounty of $5, something like that. So Choppers will basically be 50 cents higher than that. So $5.50. Now, for Chopper's second bounty idea I have, if we're going to start getting serious about it, all right, now I'm not going to go overboard and give him like a 1,000,000 berry bounty or even 100 million berry bounty, all right? A lot of people think he deserves that bounty, and I do feel like he deserves that bounty, but I don't think we're there just yet. So for the sake of argument, I'm going to give him a higher bounty increase that's not there to that level, but we're getting there close enough. So it's like we're starting to get there, but we're not there yet. So for the one that if we're going to start getting a little serious, for Chopper, the bounty I would like to predict for this is basically 1,000 berry bounty. So basically 1,000 berry bounty for Chopper. If we're going to give a little bit of seriousness to it, to give him give him credit a little bit more. All right, so now moving on to Robin. So Robin herself has faced quite a few troubles in this situation during the Onigashima battle that's been going on. Not only did she have to sort of like not only save Sanji from Black Maria and stuff like that and face against Black Maria, luckily she had Brook's help with that. Brook was there as an MPV, staying by Robin's side as much as possible, protecting her from all the troubles. Not to mention when CP0 was given new orders to eliminate Robin or even capture her, mostly capture her is what they stated. So for Robin, and I'm going to incline because a lot of people think that Robin's going to get a bounty over 1 billion. I don't think she'll get a bounty over 1 billion, but I do think she'll be one of the many Straw Hats to get like an increase that's higher than what they usually got. So for Robin, I'm going to suggest 804 million berry bounty. So 804 million berry bounty. Now I could be wrong about this. I really could, but yeah. So for Robin, I'm going to suggest 804 million berry bounty. All right. So now moving on to Franky. For Franky, Franky's primary fight was with Sasaki and stuff like that. So for Franky, I'm going to suggest 498 million berry bounty. So 498 million berry bounty. That's basically just 2 million shorter than what Usopp's bounty is. But yeah, so for Franky, I'm going to suggest 498 million berry bounty for Franky. All right, so now moving on to Brook. Now Brook himself, he's mostly fought up against like Brook didn't really face up against anyone. He did help clash. He did help Robin clash with Black Maria in a way, and he fought up against some of Black Maria's henchmen or like his her female sidelings who were trying to interfere in the battle. Also, Brook was helpful in that situation with trying to protect Robin and keep her and allow their fight to continue and be busy. Not to mention that he was also helpful in keeping Robin safe from CP0. And luckily, they got help from Izo and other people who stepped in to manage to give them time to escape. So all things worked out as well, and so Brook was really helpful in fighting off against like random fights and stuff like that. But for Brook, I'm going to suggest 483 million berry bounty. So basically, just add 400 to his 83 million berry bounty right now. So his current bounty is 83 million. Just add a 400 to it to make it 483 million berry bounty. So 483 million berry bounty for Brook. Now moving on to Jinbe. Jinbe of the strides like that, he has the second highest bounty compared to Luffy. So Luffy has the highest bounty of everyone, and Jinbe has the second highest. Jinbe's primary fight was with who was basically a former CP0 member, or who was in charge of protecting, bringing the Nami to the world government before Shanks managed to steal it, which then eventually led to it becoming Luffy's food, in a way, which resulted in Luffy becoming Nika. Long story if you're not aware of it. Long story. But for Jinbe, I'm going to suggest 840 million berry bounty. So 840 million berry bounty. So yeah, that's what I got for Jinbe. Hey, could be true, maybe. Could it not be true? Maybe. We'll have to wait to see. Now, as a bonus, I'm going to add Yamato, Carrot, and Vivi. Now, most likely, they're probably not going to get a bounty. I'm going to incline to believe that Yamato is going to get a bounty after Wano. I can definitely see that. Carrot, I want Carrot to join the crew, and I feel like she could. There is reason to believe that she won't join the crew. But if she does, I probably don't think she would get a bounty after Wano. If she does, it would probably have to be during the next arc when when she joins the Straw Hats and the world government sees another catastrophe that Straw Hats have caused, which gives them another bounty increase. So I'm inclined to believe that she'll get a bounty then. But for the sake of argument, I'm going to give her a bounty here as well, just to be fair, because I want her to join the Straw Hat crew. And I'm also going to add Vivi as well, because I feel like Vivi is going to get a bounty increase because of everything that's happened at Reverie and stuff like that, and things that we still don't know what happened at Reverie. I think we're inclined to believe that Vivi is going to get a bounty increase that's going to shock our world. So I'll just list out the 3 of these characters individually, and we'll see how it goes. Alright, so first starting with Yamato. For Yamato, some people might suggest that Yamato's bounty should be like over 1 billion berry bounty, and I can see it as a possibility. Like, I could really see that, and that could be true. However, I'm going to make a likely suggestion and say that maybe we'll give Yamato, just to start off, like, and this is no way, like making an absolute suggestion, like, this is definitely true, this is going to be our bounty. No, I'm not saying that. I'm just basically going to give this as sort of a start. So, for Yamato, I'm going to suggest 550 million berry bounty. So 550 million berry bounty. Basically, she's going to give the same bounty as Ace. So yeah, so I'm basically going to give her Ace's bounty. We know the connection that she had with Ace when Ace came to fight Kaido, and he met against Yamato, and they had a face-off, and they made good acquaintance. And Yamato had asked Ace if he ever comes back, will she let him sail with him? He made a promise, but Ace died. And now she's hoping to get out there, and that's why she's hoping to travel with Luffy. So let's see how that goes. But for Yamato, I'm going to suggest the same bounty as Ace, 550 million berry bounty. Alright, so now moving on to Carrot. Now, for Carrot, it's an interesting one. So, for Carrot, we could suggest that she could probably get like a low bounty, like how Chopper did, and like that, or she might get a serious one. So, it really comes to how the world government views this and how they're doing things, and like why they see this as the reason why this person should get a bounty. But for Carrot, I'm going to be a little clever and give hers more of a pun on, and I'm going to take the pun off of Jugo Ya. So if you're not familiar with this, Jugo Ya is another translation or way of saying Tsukimi, which basically means moon viewing. So 10 would reference Ju, 5 for go, and 8 for Ya, Jugo Ya. So what I have for Carrot is 10,580,000 berry bounty. So basically 10,500 yeah, so 580,000 berry bounties. So that's basically what I got for Carrot. Could it be right? Maybe. Could it be wrong? Maybe. I don't know. So I'm just basically giving a prediction. Alright, so now we move on to Vivi. So Vivi is going to be the last one of this list, and that's basically it. So yeah, so let's do this final one, shall we? So for Vivi, I'm going to suggest 100 million berry bounty. 100 million berry bounty. You're probably asking why. Well, I figured it'd be interesting to basically give Vivi the same bounty that Luffy got after he defeated Crocodile. The same person who basically took over Vivi's kingdom and ruled it with Iron Claw all in a way, and um, causing a lot of trouble. So, and Vivi is very grateful to Luffy, and I imagine the world is going to get a word is going to get out about how Vivi traveled to strike pirates. So, I'm inclined to believe that Vivi will get a bounty, and I'm just gonna say that I do believe that she could probably get a bounty of 100 million, and the same bounty that Luffy got after he defeated Crocodile. So yeah, so those are basically my predictions on these Straw Hat Pirates bounties. I did make other bounty another bounty videos like that of the Straw Pirates. Some of the things have remained the same, but some of my numbers have actually changed. So yeah, and I'll have a link to those videos, to those previous videos. I'll have a link to them down below and stuff like that, to where if you want to see those, or if you want to, you can click on my homepage, and you can probably search for those videos into my my homepage, where you can look up all my videos and stuff like that. You can look over there, but there'll also be a link to those two videos if you want to see them. Luffy's are basically the same, so Luffy's bounties are actually the same. But if you still want to check out that video, you can. It's about a 4 or 3 month old video. But so yeah, so that's basically all I have got here. Not much to go over, but so that's basically it. So hey, if you joined me today for this video, and if you like the bounties ideas or bounty predictions I suggested, thank you so much if you did. If you really did like them, the only way for me to really know that you liked them is to smash that like button. All right, that actually tells me that you actually did like my bounty predictions. Also, subscribe to the channel if you want to if you like my content, if you like how I'm doing things. So subscribe to the channel, that way you can enjoy, well, you know how it goes. Also, feel free to follow me on Twitter, or if you prefer, I'll have a link to my Twitter page down below. And hit the notification bell. Yeah, you should always hit that notification bell. If I had a bell right here in my hand, I would definitely ring that bell. I would definitely ring that bell, ring that bell, ring that bell, ring that bell. But I don't have a bell, so I'm gonna need you to hit that notification bell. because I don't have a bell to ring. Yeah, I don't have a bell to ring, so I need someone to hit that notification bell. I mean, how else am I supposed to hear that bell if I can't ring my bell? So yeah, so that is all. You all have a great day. Bye now.